So, JD in the Duffle Bag podcast, yeah, we're in, what a time to be alive. It's mad. Doing a podcast like this, it's crazy. I got one of the biggest DJs in the country with me right now, yeah?
Don't gas me, Chuckie.
No, I have to. I actually have to. Even on my podcast before, when you like landed the big job and that, me and Poet, we had a conversation about it, and I was like, Tiffany Calver is actually now officially going to be the next thing. Yeah? Yeah? Recognized. I got Tiffany Calver with me. How are you, man?
I'm all right. I'm doing okay. I'm still somehow finding things to do in my house, so that's good. Today, I bought a PS4, so I'm lying. I'm going to play PS4.
Oh, you bought one for real, yeah?
Yeah, I reached that peak of boredom where I invested in a PS4. But then all my friends are like, all my guy mates are like, kind of taking the out of me because I got Black Ops instead of Modern Warfare.
Oh, yeah, Black Ops.
So apparently I messed up. But
I had a feling that we were going to be in the situation that we are now. So like, I'm not a gamer, but my little brother's a gamer. So I went to his house, and I said to him, listen, you're going to have to sacrifice something because he's got a PlayStation and an Xbox. And I'm like,
oh, wow, yeah.
Something's going to have to go. Something's going to need to go. It's a very, very, very weird time. How are you kind of occupying some of your time at the moment?
I mean, I'm still having to record my show. So I'm doing it from home, which is actually a longer process. So it takes up more time.
Why?
You know how rap music works. So like everything pretty much comes out on a Friday. So, or it's just last minute always. So I usually have everything by Friday, Saturday, maybe 2 hours before the show. And then I just like freestyle the music I play from like a selection of songs I've picked. Whereas now everything has to be approved and like pre-recorded, and you know, I'm learning about organization, I guess. So I'm doing more, I don't know, organized shows, and then recording links under my duvet is mental. Like it is so claustrophobic and like just jarring, like sitting there with like this mic,
talk on that quickly,
trying
though,
to sound
I've
like you're
noticed
in
that people have been doing that, and I don't understand why have people got to go under their duvet to record links? Is it like it cuts out a lot more of the sound or something like that? The ambience,
yeah. If you go under your duvet, it literally blocks, I don't know the professional terms, but like it blocks all the like surrounding like echoes or other stuff going on. So it's just a very crisp sound. Well, I hope so, because I put myself through hell under there. So, but yeah, I'm trying. So yeah, doing the show. I'm using this time to like just sort out my life, you know? I've never had this much time to just like be a person. So like I'm cooking, which is cool.
Did you cook before?
Was not a cook before. Not really. No, I could cook. I just chose not to.
Quick beans on toast and that quick light ones.
You know. Whereas now, I can. We've gone from the basics of like a bolognese, but I have to say my bolognese is fire. And then I've took it up a notch. I can do jollof. Well, I could do jollof rice before, but it wasn't like crazy, it wasn't like it didn't taste like, like my mum's or anything. So now I've got it on lock. Rice and peas, brown stew chicken, like I'm just learning everything. So that's been cool. Yeah, I can cook rice now perfectly. I always used to say, I was like, when I can cook rice, I'll retire.
I'm bad at cooking rice, I can't lie.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, see me. Yeah, I'm like, I can't whip it up in the kitchen and do a madness but I can. Like there's a bunch of things I can cook and I can cook them well. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not like the guy who's like, oh, you know what? Like I'm just gonna fling stuff together and then come out with things. Do you get what I'm saying? Like some people are good at that. They just have a bunch of stuff in the fridge, just grab shit, and then they come out with spectacular. I just know how to cook like 8 things, but well.
To be fair, when I moved to London, I'd talk to other people, I'd be like, did you ever have like corned beef when you were a kid? And they'd be like, yeah. Well, my mum used to do it with like tuna, and I swear that's still one of my favorite meals, and it's like the cheapest thing to make. It's literally like a tin of tuna, chopped tomatoes, onions, curry powder, rice, and like other stuff. Banging.
I hear you loud.
Takes like 6 minutes. Crazy.
Some people are just being super busy by doing exercising and 100 things.
Oh yeah.
And then you're getting some people who actually just want to take just that time to just relax and just chill. Yeah. Like, what is your take on that a bit? Because I know sometimes some people feel like people are being forced to exercise or to, you know, to be busy or whatnot. Have you seen that? What is your take on that?
Yeah, no, 100%. And if anything, I also think it's a good thing to use this time to not be on your phone so much. Like, I feel like with our jobs, we have to be present. And to an extent, in a situation like this, we still kind of have a duty to be online and active and talking and making content and doing all of this stuff. But if you can take a moment, just come off, because everyone is active still, and it's just a weird time. So like when you're going on people's stories and they're doing like 500 burpees and you literally can't get out of bed, it's like you're gonna feel like rubbish. So I don't know, it's been an interesting one for me. In the beginning of this, I was like, I went into this quarantine like I'm gonna
Calm, don't worry, it's fine.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I can swear or not.
Yeah, don't worry, it's fine.
I went into this quarantine like I'm gonna smash it. Like I'm gonna come out of this speaking Spanish. And no, I'm joking, but like I really thought I was gonna own it. And then it gets to like week 2 and it's like, oh, we're like lockdown, and that's gonna take its toll on you mentally and physically. And I think you should take it day by day. Like I was not exercising, which is really bad. And if my trainer watched this, I'd be really upset. But like I wasn't exercising because I was trying to do other stuff, and like my mind just wasn't there yet. Yeah. And then I've actually found that like I now go for like 10K walks, like every other day, just because when you're stuck in your house, it does take its toll on you too. So I think you've just got to just do everything in your own stride. Like I don't think you should be looking at what everyone else is doing, but definitely try and make an effort for yourself, whatever that is. Like I am absolutely not gonna be posting like workout videos on the internet. Well, you never know if the check comes.
I hear that because money have to be met.
You know what I mean? These are some tough times. Tough times never last. Tough people last. You know what I mean?
Even for me, I'm like certain things trigger me as well, but like not trigger me in the sense that like it makes me feel down because of what someone else is doing. But sometimes, you know, like you might get their moments here where it's like, you know, you say something and someone takes it out of context and then it becomes a whole big thing, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I said what I said, but because I know if I search and look at what people are saying, then I might go on one of my platforms and be over emotional about it. So I just don't even look at it. But other than that, it's like for me in this time now, it is important for me personally to like keep my brain active by doing certain things. Otherwise, you know what? I probably would go mad. Because it isn't easy, but at the same time, it is actually all right to just take the time to just relax if that's you. Do you know what I mean? The one thing that I'm struggling with the most is the trim though, man.
Oh yeah, but then I've seen people attempt it and absolutely ruin their life. So you got to make a choice here. Like,
I was going to try a thing still, I ain't going to lie. I was.
But are you going to follow that instruction thing, like the tutorial? Because that's what's messed a few people up.
Nah, I was going to ring my barber and I was going to put him on, like FaceTime him. And then I was going to say to him, in fact, I was going to get him to send me clippers. Yeah. Barber clippers. And then obviously, like he will show me roughly and I'll just do a light thing and just see what happens. But the reason why I keep going on about the trim thing, is only because if you're taking care of yourself, it makes you like feel better. A lie?
100%, yeah.
Now that I'm grizzly bearish, it's like I'm not particularly feeling the greatest right now.
You're in
Like,
album mode.
huh?
You're
I'm
in
in
album
album mode. Yeah. But on the flip side, though, I'm definitely like, I'm missing the club stuff. And I noticed that you did, you mentioned something quite recently where you was talking
Oh,
about,
good,
well,
yeah.
like, what are we, like, what are DJs doing right now? Like, what is the thing? Like, where are we getting support from in that? Like, talk on that.
Yeah, I just had a thought, because obviously all DJs are going through it. I'm going through it. But fortunately, I'm in a different position to where I was maybe like 2 years ago, where I did rely on clubs. Like, I did rely on having a residency or doing the Dalston East London circuit to like pay my rent and to do all of this stuff. And it just made me think about all of the DJs that are still in that position solely. And I was like, what can they do? Like, I don't really see that much information like floating around about our industry. And I was like, I just wanted to start a conversation so that there might be information for them there. What did I end it on? Because I was like, oh, we're supposed to just twerk on Instagram Live with our cash apps pinned. But hey, do what you want to do. Like, do you know what I mean? That could work. I know a lot of DJs are doing live streams. Yeah, I know. I made a cash app. I haven't twerked on Instagram Live, but I have made a cash app.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Hey,
we'll see how long quarantine lasts.
We'll see how bad it gets for you, yeah. And then, boy, next minute I see you on Tory Lanez's thing with milk.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah.
That was.
Have you seen Sinead Harnet's one, by the way?
No.
Okay, so Sinead Harnett, yeah. For people who don't know, everyone must know about the Tory Lanez quarantine radio thing.
Yeah.
He's had obviously girls in there dancing, pouring milk on themselves, yeah. Sinead Harnett, yeah, she went on her live and got men to thing, and they started pouring milk on themselves. It's so funny. Oh
my days!
Yeah. It's all that
legend. Nah, but no. So apart from pouring milk on yourself, I know some DJs are doing live streams. I'm going to do some live streams. I just I'm still in my picky phase of like doing things I really just want to do. So I just want to work with brands, maybe help raise money. I'm going to do a fundraiser, live stream, just a bunch of stuff. But I know that's a way to make money. A lot of people have said Twitch, but I just think it's a really interesting time for the nightlife game in general, because everyone's having to kind of like step away and be like, okay, what do we do in this situation? Like because it's affected not just DJs, it's affecting agents, club owners, people that work in clubs, like everyone that's tied into this scene. And we all kind of help each other. So it's like, how do we survive as an industry in a pandemic where our sole purpose is to like entertain people in a club, and now we can't? So how do we pay our rent? How do we look after our family? How do we eat?
I feel like it opens up a couple of uncomfortable conversations, actually. One being that, like, when you look at where we're at and what's happening at the moment, yeah, and then I think to myself, like, the entertainment industry, any industry that involves like a big group of people going somewhere and enjoying themselves, that seems like for now it's doomed this year. Because even if or even when they start saying, you know what, we can start going, like, they're going to start laxing it a little bit and we can start doing certain things, but we still need to be at a social distance, yeah? Like, carnival can't happen. Like, you can't all of a sudden just put 1 million people in one space. It's even the same with, like, football. It's like, you got stadiums of, like, 70,000 people. When is that going to happen? Like, and it's like with clubs as well. You think about clubs, it's like, at what stage is it going to be okay to have 500 people in one small space? Yeah. So being a DJ has been so glamorous for so many years. Yeah, it's like now I'm seeing less of the glamorization from people who haven't had a real genuine interest in being a DJ, because it's peak right now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I think that's an interesting one too, because it did become a bit of a trend for a bit. So a
Yeah.
lot of people did become, you know, a part of an industry that maybe they don't really care about too much.
Do
But
you know that annoys me so much, but I tried to just like I tried to, tame them.
but really, whose fault is it? Like, whose fault is it? The people that like book it, or what? Because you know, a lot of people like can't DJ. Like they'll get paid more than actual DJs.
Yeah.
So like they'll be doing the up and like they'll just be doing this. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. That's all they know.
Or they, yeah, and then
Yeah. Or it's a pre-recorded mix and they're just stood there. Like, you know,
yeah.
I've seen it all, and they get paid loads, and it can be really frustrating for people that actually do want to do it. But they're not booking themselves, you know?
Exactly.
So
It's actually not their fault. It's actually
no.
just not even their fault. I think it's the way that like things have changed, didn't it? It went from, the DJ being the person that you go to for like in order to, create a vibe in a club or just a passion. It was like skating. It was like a lot of different things in it. But now I think when it started to turn into numbers, when it started to turn into like who's got a following and all of that type of stuff, that's when it changed. That is the unfortunate thing as well, is that now for a lot of DJs that have relied on just, residency and having a little thing here and there and not maybe like sorting out the books or whatnot, it feels extra dangerous now because of what's happening in it. But I'm still like optimistic in feeling that there's someone's going to come up with something creative that is going to help out a lot of DJs moving forward. I just don't know what it looks like.
I know we need an Elon Musk of the DJ world. Do you know what I mean? To just come save us, because no one knows what to do but live streams and Twitch.
Yeah.
That is our life now for the rest of time. Yeah, I'm really upset about Carnival. I don't know if it's true though. I mean, I know it's true, but I'm trying to not think it's true.
Yeah, I don't want to believe it.
Yeah,
I don't want to believe.
I miss people. I do. I miss people. Like doing live streams and stuff is cool because you can play whatever you want pretty much, and it's like you're entertaining in a different way. It's not about making people dance or like buy drinks or like have, you know, the craziest time in the club. It's about like just playing music that people enjoy. So and I've been learning so much as well from like watching other people's live streams or like remembering songs. Like D Nice is obviously from a completely different time to me, but it's like made me remember so many tunes I forgot, or like these clashes. Like I'm doing a mix on my show on Saturday, which is like just I'm taking all my favorite tunes from like every clash I've seen, because that's been incredible. Like RZA versus DJ Premier, we were never gonna get that like with that. So you know, you've got to find the positives in this as a music nerd. You've just got to be like, all right, well, we've had some entertainment. Thank you, Timberland. Thank you, Swizz Beatz.
Oh my, it's been sensational what they've been doing.
Yeah. I want Pharrell. I just want the Neptunes to do one so bad. Well, I don't know.
Who do you reckon they could clash though? Who do you reckon could clash them?
That's a tough one.
I think it's Timberland.
Yeah, me too. I think it is. It has to be Timberland, and they were so close that I think it would be such good energy. Them like going against each other. Oh yeah. Now I need the Neptunes. I'm such like when I first started out, I used to throw Neptunes night.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
And I just made a night out of it. But yeah, I need Pharrell and Chad.
I see Pharrell in the car. I was watching a Teddy Riley and
Babyface
clash, and I see.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah. The interesting thing about that, just forget the clash. Yeah, it was a good clash, and it was a lot of people.
which one?
Oh, the proper one, yeah.
Okay.
But the thing was that I thought was so funny and so interesting was that like I've never in my life seen so like the comment section was so star-studded. Like you know, you usually associate the comment section with like Young Bucks and like you're seeing Adele, you're seeing Pharrell, you're seeing Raekwon, you're seeing Tyrese. You see Tyrese. It's like literally you're seeing so many popular like constant, like not even just one thing. They're constantly like just leaving and catching joke as well. It's like it's so sick.
I see Rihanna in so many as well.
Yeah.
Like Rihanna is active, and I'm just like commenting like, can she see me? Maybe, who knows?
Well, she might be in London. I heard she's living in Notting Hill and that, but yeah, you didn't hear that. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about like DJ life for you anyway, and Radio 1 and stuff. Yeah, like, how long have you been there now?
This is I started last year, so just over a year. I started last year in January.
Just over a year. Do you feel like you found your feet now?
Yeah, 100%. I think I found my feet. I know what I want to do with the show, but I don't think I'll ever feel like content with anything. So I'm not like, yeah, I know my format, I know what I'm doing. Like I always want to go in and switch stuff up or like do new stuff and just enjoy it as well. I think my biggest thing with the show is trying to add an element of like you want to listen, like you want to be there. You can't just like watch it or like watch the freestyles. Like you have to listen to the show, otherwise you miss out. You know, like I call. I mean, obviously, me and Fred are like this, so like I'll call him and like he'll just be chatting, or Lowski, or like, you know, I get people on the phone and like, you know, people just pop in. Like I want to bring that element. Well, they can't now, but like I want to bring that element back where it's just like a Saturday with your mates, like, and my mates and me, and we're just listening to good music. And yeah, and you know, I think I bring a bit of a nerdy element to it as well because I'm such a fan.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm like, you know, there were two men before me that had that show, and I was raised listening to one of them every Saturday, like Friday. Like I was raised listening to Westwood. That was like mine and my mum's thing, like dancing around the living room to Westwood, like me crumping in front of. You remember them swiggly like IKEA mirrors? We used to have two of those, and I'd stand on the sofa and like Dipset would be on, and I'd be like crumping, like doing the most like. You know, Charlie has such a massive personality, and like his blueprint is incredible with Fire in the Booth. So like me, like this like tall girl like coming into the studio and being like who just is just a fan of music. It's interesting because I'm not that big personality, and I think in the beginning I was kind of like, oh no, am I gonna have to like find this person in me to like do this job? And I was like, nah. I was like, I don't think I could, because if I'm in this for the long haul, I've just got to be myself. And I'd say I'm quite more of like a specialist in the sense of like the music I pick, and you know, I try and add a bit of the word educational makes everything sound boring, but like, you know, I might do like I don't know, I could do like a Channel U mix, for example, for all the like 14, 15-year-olds listening that literally missed out on like New Brand Flex and Mr. Wong. Do you know what I mean? Like I might do stuff like that, or I might, you know, go to Atlanta and, you know, I sat down with Pop Smoke first, and like we were in the studio and I was with him when he was making his album, and, you know, having those moments and like having those conversations, making those connections, making it more friendly, and like just like literally your mate being on the radio and she's just playing bangers. That's what I'm trying to do. Did
you like sit down with someone and like have a conversation about that? And did they actually did you get like what's the word, like not help but just reassurance in like just being yourself? Or did you have to do that yourself? Did you have to just like literally be on a thing of like, okay, what am I doing here? Am I going to do this or am I going to do that? Or did you have someone that you kind of sat down with that was like, nah, like Tiff, like trust me, just do you?
To be fair, all of my friends, even at the BBC, like Mark Stripple, like he was just interested in me doing my own thing. But I definitely was really nervous in the beginning, like, what should I do? Kind of vibe, because I'm such a baby. Like, I think everybody else, you know, especially that show, like in my head, it was like, cool, I need to like, you know, and I've been applying from when I was a teenager for like apprenticeships at the BBC, and then maybe being a producer, so you can like swoop in and do like a graveyard shift, and then eventually in like 10 years get the rap show. But they just like put me straight in there, which is incredible. And obviously they see something in me, but I'm gonna grow with that show. So my old manager Sincere.
Yes. Listen, I don't sin for a long time, yeah. But it's always funny when people start flinging out the government and that, forgetting that sin was a borrowers out here. Yeah.
I know. Stay get Lizzie.
Just for context, if you don't know, yeah. I like to do that because remember, there's a lot of young people that watch sometimes and they miss certain things. Yeah, your manager is actually a former. Does he still rap? Like when you like in the car and that, does he?
Yeah, he sometimes, but I think he's just a businessman now.
Okay.
He's just a businessman. It is quite funny sometimes to like put his music on and just watch his reaction. He's just like.
I think it's sick because obviously he manages Fredo as well, yeah, who's a rapper. But like G Fresh manages Young Bane, and I'm always like, do Fredo and Young Bane know? Like, especially I always ask the question, does Young Bane know that G Fresh was like a wordsmith, you know? Like a certified wordsmith. Do they know this? Are these man like when you lot going on tour in that, yeah? Are like the managers rapping and barring?
No way. But to be fair, Sin on tour does get to play the music for a bit. Like he is trusted with the Bluetooth. Okay. But that's about as far as it goes. Like they don't stop rapping at each other. That would be mad. Because obviously I see Sin as like my big brother. And then Fred's kind of like my big brother. Sometimes we're age mates. It depends on the day. But like
and content.
Yeah. He's so jokes, but he gets so angry because he doesn't understand why everyone thinks he's funny. And I'm like, I can't explain it to you. You're
Fred
just so funny.
And that's the thing, you know, when someone is like, they're not even trying to be funny
at all. He's never trying to be funny. It just happens, and then everyone laughs, and he's like, "What?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Essentially, you're a girl amongst 16 to 20
thousand.
Like just bare man on a tour. And obviously, I used to tour. I used to travel with artists and stuff like that as well. So I understand the tour life. I understand, you know, elements of what happens on tour and all of that. The proper elements of it. Like, what is it like for you? And what talk to me about that, honestly.
Talk to you about what?
Like how you find being on tour with man then.
Oh,
I'm not gonna tell you to start like spreading man's business and that.
Oh my god. No, I tell you what, that stuff's calm. Like that's not even a thing. Like everyone is so.
Oh, listen. What is it like? Yeah. What is it like for you?
Yeah, no, tour's calm. I feel like I'm everyone's little sister. Like honestly, they're all so nice. Like I get to pick where I sit. I get to pick my room. I get to do, you know what I mean? Like they leave me alone. Like you know, if they go shopping, maybe I'll help and advise them on the stuff. But like for the most part, it's super chill. And we're like a team. Again, like I said, we've been like we've been working together from his first tour. So it's like there's, you know, he'll chat to me on stage, or like sometimes he forgets what he's doing, and you know what it's like when someone CJC, but like give them the look, like keep rapping, because he'll want to cut a song, and it's like, I'm not cutting this song. And you know, we have loads of fun. I'm really sad because obviously like he's got a new album coming out, so we'd have been going on tour, we'd have had festivals.
The Drake tour must have been a lot less smoky in that sense, because you're dealing with superstardom, and when you're dealing with superstardom, I guess there's a lot more space when you're working
of space.
A lot of space. How was that for you?
Incredible. It was it's really funny. I think a year on now, like, you know, when you get those memories on Instagram and stuff, or I guess people that were at the shows will be tagging me and stuff like, oh, a year ago today, and like all the stuff, and you get to look at it. I feel like I'm taking it in now, whereas like during that time period and like maybe last year, because it was so busy, I never had time to like sit down and be like, I'm on tour with Drake. Like I never had time to do that. So, and he's like so normal and chill that you genuinely forget he's Drake. So I actually said this to him the other day. We were texting and I was like,
he's like, yeah, just like, We almost forget it's Drake. Anyway, we was just
No, but
texting the other day and that now. I hear it.
Nah,
No,
but you gotta
go
check
on,
in
yeah.
on your friends, you know, during the
I hear
quarantine.
that
So I
loud.
was checking in, and yeah, I was just saying to him, I was like, nah, big up you, like I'm so glad you're not a because like that would be peak. Like I always forget he's like we made a joke about like who'd have known a year later the world would have been choosy sliding like instead of being outside. But
yeah, trust me.
like yeah, he's just so normal. So that tour just felt like again it was a proper family vibe. Like it was really cool to have been given like it's amazing to be respected by someone I've respected for my whole like I guess adolescence. Like
Yeah. He's over 10 years. Like he's over 10 years at a super high level. Honestly, I don't know if we're gonna see anything like this again. I feel like it's gonna be a really long time if it does happen again, because as a DJ as well, I haven't had somebody who I can't be in a club and not play a Drake record.
Yeah, there's no way.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he's been in the club for 10 years.
Yeah. I remember hearing like the first song I heard from him. I was like a kid. It was Replacement Girl with Trey Songz. Like
oh yeah,
times, and he stayed relevant this whole time. But he's just so normal. Like you just forget. It's like, oh, you're like Michael. Like you're like the Michael Beatles. Like you're that league, and you reply faster than like my best friend who lives down the road. You know. But that tour was amazing. We got to like work together on because obviously like with my own parties, a big element of that for me is bringing friends out and like doing the whole bringing out artists and local guests and having them perform. And I wanted to do that with the store, and that's something he does as well. So we like sat down together and programmed it so that happened like pretty much every night. From like Dig Dat and Unknown T and Fred and Dave to J Hus to local French rappers to everyone. Like it was a really sick time, and it was really nice to have been trusted on that scale, because I'm not throwing parties in the O2 or the O3 so it's like to be able to kind of have like, and they were so like supportive, and like I kind of had free reign. Like I could play what I wanted, I could bring out who I wanted. Like it was obviously it's like everyone has to be okay with who you're bringing out. I couldn't like bring out my mum. I couldn't be like, yo, it's my mum. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and that was an interesting time as well. I think a lot of people got quite upset because they didn't get the call, and it was just like, what do you want me to do? I'm sorry.
Why is it J Hus and not me? Why?
And it's like, because it's J Hus.
That was a moment.
Let him celebrate. Like he's out, man. Like why are you trying to take his shine?
Exactly.
That was a really sick moment, because again, and I say this about everything. I say this about how I got my BBC show. I say about how Drake asked me to go on tour with him. I say about everything. It was so blasé. Like me and Drake were literally sat down, and then he was like, do you want to be really crazy if we could get J Hus? And I was like, I think he's still in jail. I was like, let me call Mo. So I called Mo, and like Drake's literally sat across from me, and I'm just on the phone to Mo like, when's Hus out? And he's like, oh, that the week of the London shows. And I was like, that's crazy. And Drake's like miming at me like doing this, and I'm like, how about Friday? Like, do you know what I mean? So it was just all so chill, and then to watch how it all like comes into play, incredible.
Yeah,
I cried like a baby when he came out.
Yeah, it was like the second coming. It was it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really want to, and I believe that I'm gonna have a 2-hour conversation with Drake one day. And talking about not the American stuff. I know, obviously, I know he's not American, but I know it's like there's so much. He's got such a deep-rooted connection with what's been happening here for such a long time. Like for a lot of people, they feel like this is newish. That he's just he's been doing this for so long. Do you know what I mean? And like, yeah. Anyway. That will happen one day. But listen, couple things. When was the last Netflix documentary you watched? Or what was it, shall I say?
The Last Dance.
Oh, yeah. I watched the
Yesterday.
episode of that yesterday.
Yeah, same.
The Michael Jordan.
It is shot so well. Like, I can't wait for the next episode. But that was it. Okay, let's go.
And the last book you read?
I'm reading Andrew Martinez's book at the moment again. But the last book I read, Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. The Outliers.
Oh, sick. I got that, but I haven't read that one yet. No. Who was the last person you spoke to? And the reason why I asked that is because of the quick flexes. Like, last time, like, I spoke to Drake, like, you know what I mean? We like, you understand what I'm saying?
The last person I texted was probably my managers about this.
Okay.
So, sorry, small flex.
They were like, yo, what? You chatting to Chucks? Wait, he's like, make sure that he doesn't. No, sin is cool with me. No. But yeah, listen, we've seen each other a decent amount of times, but never actually had a conversation. We saw each other in Paris and that, and like, you know, it was just a quick hi or whatnot. So it's good to chat with you. But yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah,
some more.
for sure.
Yeah,
well, thank you for this. I was like shook, but
yeah,
it was
why,
calm.
man? I'm alright, you know.
When I'm on the other side, I never know. Like, if I'm on that side, I'm calm. If I'm on this side, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to put myself in jail or something. You just never know.
And the Lady in the Duffle Bag podcast, Tiffany Calver, bless up. Thanks for watching, everyone.